Ontario is our home. It's the Keystone Province in the Canadian Confederation. Yet polling this past winter found that nearly 60% of us think we're on the wrong track. One Ontario society is watered down so that anything goes and every citizen is going off on their own trajectory. How do we keep a united Ontario as a place we are proud to call home? Politics and government shape Ontario. We've had the same party-based system since Ontario was created. Over time, Ontario's system has become more partisan, more aggressive, and more fragmented as parties compete for votes. They do so by offering special policies based on ethnicity or gender, age, education, or income level, and the result? Ontario is now a highly fragmented province in which we have less and less in common with our neighbours. But imagine, if you will, reshaping our Ontario into a place where government focuses on the things we share in common, like the equal treatment of citizens, and seeing ourselves and our families healthy, happy, and prosperous. How about government pursuing those things that the majority of Ontarians want, whatever those things are, as they change over time? Of course, we expect the basics: highways, schools, hospitals, a robust economy, decent jobs and incomes, affordable taxes, and stable government finances. There is only one political option that is different from the party-based, top-down politics and government we have had forever. That one option is called Consensus Ontario. Based on the consensus government system of Northern Canada, we call for the removal of all political parties, even our own. Under consensus government, all elected MPPs would sit as independent MPPs, whose duty it is to represent the majority's wants, needs, and priorities of their riding. This will help Ontario government make better decisions for all of us. Consensus government would still utilize a government, but all of the MPPs would be involved selecting each cabinet minister and the premier. Our MPPs would all have equal time in our provincial parliament and equal funding to properly represent their ridings. No more parties telling MPPs how to vote and what to say. Sounds good, right? And those MPPs not in government, those who are forming the opposition, would be able to replace underperforming or misbehaving cabinet ministers or even the premier without having to call a new election. All elections in Ontario would be held every 4 years on a fixed election date. There would be no more parties playing with election timing to better their own electoral chances. So if you like what you've just heard about Consensus Ontario and consensus government, and how it will reorient Ontario to be the Canadian powerhouse that it can be, then join Consensus Ontario today. Visit us at www.consensusontario.ca or send us an email at leader.consensusontario@gmail.com. Beyond fixing Ontario's broken democracy by bringing in partyless politics and consensus government, consider ideas like focusing Ontario's growth more fully on our vast north, using an immigrant settlement scheme to share the benefits of immigration across all of the province, moving our capital city out of congested and busy Toronto and putting it near the centre of our province, begin paying down Ontario's huge debt, conducting a professional spending analysis to identify at least 10% savings and then redirecting the remaining government spending more into those areas of greatest importance to Ontarians. And finally, carrying out broad tax reform with a simpler and fairer system benefiting everyone. My name is Brad Harness, leader of Consensus Ontario, and I invite you to join us to make this happen. Donate whatever you can, $5, $10, $20, become a member, become a volunteer, or volunteer to be the Consensus Ontario candidate in your riding. Thank you.